No take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them no get the same. Me and them no get the same. Boy, that them don't know the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only cover the money bags and I don't really wanna be famous. You know what's up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
This is fielded at the 27. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
A very good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got taken it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap. especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Express! Express! Express!
From the 29, Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first. The Raiders at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
6-18! Express! Express!
Carr now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness is a premium for all of that now.
Three yards remain for second down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. Brings up third down. 29! 6:27! You're right.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Room here to run. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Jamar Chase on the return. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. It's Williams on the catch. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
11 comments.
Third down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Touchdown! Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Buying time to his left. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play there for Vegas. 44 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Raiders. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time. So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Now Burrow on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
12.
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow dancing to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Burrow. Ebron caught left side. Touchdown, Bengals. Eric Ebron, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all, but right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs, a nickel look on third.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
11.
And they go play action now. Burrow going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
11 MT, hey! 11 MT, 11.
Now Burrow. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
11 MT, 12.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Burrow. Rolling to his left. Touchdown! T. Higgins as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Looking deep for Adams. He rifles one that's intercepted. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. A dangerous return man showing it here.
Jamar Chase on the return. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 66 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
11, Thomas.
From the 36, Burrow. He finds his target, Ebron. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
11.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. Tunyon's got it on the out route. Touchdown, Bengals. Robert Tonyan, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Count counter play with Jacobs. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Adams, the man in motion left. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, it's Carr. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Now a handoff to Chandler. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 11
Burrow will throw. And this one is incomplete.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
11 MT, Tate. 11 Thomas. Throw. 11. 11 MT.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they got it 1st and goal.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now receiver in motion left. Here's Chandler again, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Ty Chandler, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here,
this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Carr. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 jump plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Open man, that's Renfro. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfro, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Finding room at midfield. Now he's into the clear again. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Ty Chandler, 78 yards. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Raiders 21.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Carr now on 1st down. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late point. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Steps away to his left.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by Keanu Neal.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
11.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. On the move to his left. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Jonah Williams, former 1st-round pick, the guilty party.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
11. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air one out. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Here's Chandler. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
Burrow on play action. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Romeo Doubs
from 10 yards out.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Davante Adams. 1 play, 75 yards.
And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the